Hiya folks, and welcome to the end of week 1 on DJ Living's Fantasy Premier League football. Right folks, that's week 1 in the bag, and first of all we're just going to have a quick rundown of the runners and riders so far in this fantasy league. I ended up with about 30 odd people in the league, so I was pretty pleased with that for the first season. At the moment it's myself, my other team, I've got two. I've got the DJ Living team, which is for this one, and I've added myself, my other team. I'm top of the moment with 83 points. Jamie Simmons is second, along with Andrew Wright, both on 73 points. Adam Anderson and Mustafa Yasser, I hope I said that right, both on 72 points. And Mo Fathy, Daniel Madubula, and Patrick Kinua, and Pawan Atwaria, or pretty tricky names to say there. They all follow up on 68 points, and then you've got Tom Parfit and DJ Living on 67, with Matt Harchcroft on 65 in 12th. So I'll put the top 15 or so, 15, 16 on the screen. You'd have seen them as I was going through that. It's still early doors though. I mean, the team at the bottom at the moment, Chris Conway, sorry to say your name there, on 25 points, named Spudgun. It's still early days. Last season I was bottom or second from bottom for the first 6 to 8 weeks of the season. I ended up running up my league last year by only about 2 or 3 points. So it's early doors, everything to play for. Obviously, if you've not registered, there's still time to register as well. You can join in. It's like I say, you can easily catch up them points throughout the rest of the season. Right, now the weekend's fixtures, we ended up with 5 clean sheets. So if you had any of these goalkeepers or defenders in your team, there was Chelsea, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Newcastle and Man City. Chelsea were at Everton, Arsenal, Palace, Bournemouth at Villa, Newcastle at Forest, and City at West Ham. Or against West Ham, not necessarily at West Ham. Newcastle, good result for the start of the season. The 3 promoted teams though, Bournemouth, a great 2-0 victory against Villa. Villa had a reasonably good year last year, not started off so well at the moment. Fulham, let's face it, 2-2. Who would have thought that at the start of the season? 2-2 against Liverpool, great result for Fulham. Mitrovic scoring 2 goals. He's going to be a handful this year by the looks of it, if that game's anything to go by. And then Forest lost 2-0 to Newcastle. Tricky game for Forest, sorry. Newcastle, I think, are going to be a bit of a unknown quantity this year. Brought in a lot of players, not necessarily the highest of quality, but some good professional players. And I think they're doing a good job there at Newcastle, just to building the club up. Right, so as I said in previous videos, my team of the week is going to consist of a 4-3-3 formation. So we started off with the 2 best goalkeepers this week, Mendy and Ederson from Chelsea and Man City respectively. Both got 7 points as goalkeepers, which isn't a bad score for a goalkeeper, it's pretty good. Mendy is 5 million cost, Ederson 5.5 million, so obviously you had Mendy in team, you've got a bit of value for money. The back 4 consists of Shah from Newcastle, he got 15 points. Zinchenko from Arsenal, 12 points, along with Kelly from Bournemouth on 12 points. And then joint 4th places, both on 9 points, was Ben Chilwell from Chelsea and Edison Royal from Spurs. Royal ended up with 2 assists, which is how he got the 9 points. Going forward, any draws, I'm going to be going on the better value. So Chilwell with 6 million, Edison Royal is only 5 million, so I'd have put Edison Royal in this first week. I'm going to give you both of them, like same with the goalkeepers. The one that's better value for money is the one that I'll be putting in my team of the week going forward. Midfield, we got Gross from Brighton. He topped the midfield with 15 points. He got 2 goals at the weekend. Kulusevski was second with 13 points, and Salah 12 points in 3rd place for midfielders. Up front, 3 forwards, Mitrovic and Haaland both ended up with 13 points, got 2 goals apiece at the weekend. But Mitrovic 6.6 million, Haaland 11.6 million. You can do the math there. Third place was Nunes. Although he didn't start Liverpool's game, he did manage to nick a goal and got 9 points. He ended up with the third highest scorer at the weekend. So that's the team of the week. Right, now looking on to next week's fixtures. So we've got Villa at home to Everton to start off. Both teams lost in their first games and neither team managed to score a goal. So it's going to be one of those games, and it's either going to be a 0-0 or it's going to be a high-scoring affair. Arsenal against Leicester next. Arsenal very impressive winning their first game against Crystal Palace. 2-0 win. Jesus didn't even score either, so that's still to look forward to for Arsenal fans. Leicester 2-2 draw at home, but it was to Brentford. I mean, I know Brentford are a good, reasonably good team, but they'll be disappointed with that 2-2 performance. Third game up is Brighton V Newcastle. Brighton a great win against United. Although United are a bit out of sorts still, it's still a good win for Brighton. Newcastle obviously that 2-0 home win against Forest in their first game. This will be a bit of a harder challenge though for Newcastle. Next up, Man City against Bournemouth. There's not going to be many teams able to stop Man City this year. I don't think Bournemouth will be one of them, even though they did get a clean sheet in their first game against Villa. But let's face it, Villa haven't got the firepower that Man City have got. Next up is Southampton against Leeds. Southampton coming off that 4-1 hammering from Tottenham. They'll be looking to bounce back in their first home game of the season. Leeds got the 2-1 win at Wolves. They were at home in that victory against Wolves. But we'll see what Leeds are made from this year. I'm tipping them to struggle this season, but obviously got to a winning way start early. Obviously, next game up is that Wolves team. They got the away loss to Leeds opening game, and now playing Fulham, who had the great 2-2 draw against Liverpool. Let's see if they can continue away from home as well. Then on the Sunday, we have a further two matches. Nottingham Forest against West Ham. Both teams lost on opening day to Newcastle and Man City respectively, so they'll both be looking to bounce back. But I think West Ham will probably win that one, I think. Then we've got Chelsea Spurs, bit of a grudge match. In the past has been, obviously we had the brawl a few years ago, but this is a different Spurs team and it's a different Chelsea team. It could be a very interesting match this one. This is probably going to be the hot ticket this weekend. It's anybody's call. Monday's game, Liverpool Palace. Although Liverpool only got the draw on opening day of the season, they're still going to be banging in goals left, right and centre, and they're still going to be one of the best teams of the season, so they should beat Palace. Palace obviously had that 2-0 defeat at Arsenal on opening day, and they could struggle this year. They've not really got the firepower. Zaha, how long can Zaha go at Crystal Palace? But we shall see. Right, going forward, I'm probably going to tip some players every week, but like I said, I'm not going to tip any players to play next week because early season it's just impossible to tell the form of players and teams until you get 4 or 5 weeks into the season. Alright folks, that's it for the first week. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give us a thumbs up and give us a share on your social medias, and subscribe if you haven't already. These will be weekly videos, and we'll also have other content as well coming onto the channel at a later date, but at the moment it's just this, so I hope you're enjoying it. Like I said, if you haven't joined the Fantasy Premier League already, please do so. It's not too late. You can still win it, like I say, so please feel free to sign up. I'll leave the details down below with the league code as well if you want to join, and I shall see you next week where we run through week 2's results and the fixtures for the following week. See you next week, guys.